Okay, class, thank you for coming to our class. All right, as usual, let's do lesson 2, part 3. Okay, and this is the last lesson of this week. Okay, part 4, we will do it next Monday. So tomorrow, off day. We don't have a class tomorrow. All right, so Ante, how are you?
I'm very well, and yourself?
Not bad. Okay, then we have the same backgrounds.
Yeah, Pixar.
Yeah, you like Pixar movies?
Yeah, my favorite one is probably Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc. Okay.
Do you know that one?
Yeah, I know that, but like I haven't watched like a full movie. I mean the full. I'm so like out of this Pixar, I have only watched Toy Story, and I think that's it. I don't think I've watched that many. I see like Mr. Incredible on the back, behind you.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Okay, so today's lesson is related to Pixar. Okay, so why don't we start our lesson? Okay, and we'll start from the new words. And I think we have a kind of tough, difficult new words this time, and it's a lot. All right, let's do it. Okay, we'll repeat after Ante. Let's go.
Devastating.
Devastating.
Animation.
Animation.
Studio.
Studio.
Remarkable.
Remarkable.
Satisfy.
Satisfy.
Settle.
Settle.
Fortunately.
Fortunately.
Certainty.
Certainty.
Waste.
Waste.
Drown.
Drown.
Inner.
Inner.
Importantly.
Importantly.
Courage.
Courage.
Intuition.
Intuition.
Secondary.
Secondary.
Issue.
Issue. Okay, we have like a lot, about 20 maybe, and some of the words are really difficult. Yeah. Let's say, okay, how about this word, settle? Okay, Ante, could you like say this word like, faster?
Settle.
All right, settle. But like sometimes it goes settle, right?
Yeah, I think Americans use a D sound, settle.
Yeah. Oh, Shala, you don't?
No, we say settle.
Oh, really? Like settle down.
Yeah, settle down. I guess that sounded like a D, didn't it? Settle down.
Yeah, settle down. Yeah.
So we usually say, like, instead of settle down or calm down, we say settle petal.
Settle petal.
Like a petal is from a flower,
Settle petal. Because it sounds similar, yeah?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Just like okie dokie. Yeah. And there's I had the Japanese word okie dokie toki doki. How's that? What a dad joke. Okay, so it's settle, right? Settle. All right, hope you guys already have checked the meaning, so you did all the matching. Yeah, devastating, very difficult. Yeah, importantly, and intuition. Yeah. Is there another word, like is there a word for intuition in English?
Another word for intuition. It's kind of like your inner voice.
Inner voice, okay.
We could say like listen to your heart. It's kind of the same as intuition.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the feeling you have inside.
Yep. Feeling at the first sight, just like no, not the first sight, like, yeah. We have like a really good word. It's chokkan in Japanese. Like, yeah, we use that word a lot, chokkan. Yeah, it's like at the moment what you like feel, right? Exactly at the moment what you feel is correct. Intuition.
So kan is like the same kanji as like for feeling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I here's a story. I heard like intuition. If you I heard like let's say you're having a hard time deciding which one to choose. But like I heard like 80% of the time, you will follow like the first intuition, even though you think about like for 1 hour or 2 hours. But 80% of the people go with like a first intuition. I mean, the intuition they made first.
That's interesting.
Yeah. All right. So those are the new words. Okay, and let's go on to the reading practice. Hello, Jobs.
Hello, Jobs. Mr. Jobs.
Mr. Jobs. All right, let's go. Today we are going to like on his second story, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this is my second story. Okay, let's go, everyone. So I think this is the only time for you to speak English aloud at your, home. So please say it aloud. It's very important to speak out. Okay, just like a training. Okay. All right. We are ready, Ante. Whenever you're okay, let's go.
All right, let's start. My second story is about love and loss.
My second story is about love and loss.
When I turned 30, I was fired from Apple.
I was fired from Apple.
It was devastating.
It was devastating.
But I realized that I still loved what I did.
That I still loved what I did.
So I decided to start over. During the next 5 years, I started 2 new companies. One of them is now the most successful animation studio. In the world. In a remarkable turn of events, Apple bought the other company. And I returned to Apple. The only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love. Whatever job you do, it is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle.
All right, let's go the second round. I'll mute. Okay, could you like read it a little faster, Ante?
Okay.
Let's go.
My second story is about love and loss. When I turned 30, I was fired from Apple. It was devastating, but I realized that I still loved what I did. So I decided to start over. During the next 5 years, I started 2 new companies. One of them is now the most successful animation studio in the world. In a remarkable turn of events, Apple bought the other company, and I returned to Apple. The only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love. Whatever job you do, it is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle.
Okay, so now we do the third time shadowing. Okay, we will shadow Ante. So Ante will read without the pause. So we'll try to shadow Ante, okay? And make sure you record your voice, okay? And listen to it later. All right, Ante, I'm not gonna show any script, so please read straight so we'll follow you, the shadow you, okay?
Okay, let's start. My second story is about love and loss. When I turned 30, I was fired from Apple. It was devastating, but I realized that I still loved what I did. So I decided to start over. During the next 5 years, I started 2 new companies. One of them is now the most successful animation studio in the world. In a remarkable turn of events, Apple bought the other company, and I returned to Apple. The only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love. Whatever job you do, it is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle.
Okay, great. Thank you, Ante. All right, now the last part. We'll do the site translation. Okay, I'm gonna read Japanese phrases, so please translate into English. All right, make sure you record yourself. Okay. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. 2つ目の話は愛と喪失についてです。私は30歳の時にアップルを解雇されました。それは衝撃的なことでした。しかし私は気づきました。私は自分がしていることがまだ好きなのだと。だからもう一度やり直すことにしたのです。次の5年間で。私は2つの新しい会社を立ち上げました。その1つは今では最も成功したアニメーションスタジオになっています。世界で驚くべき巡り合わせで、アップルがもう一方の会社を買収しました。そして私はアップルに戻ってきました。 唯一のものは私を前進させ続けていた。自分がやっていることが好きだということでした。好きなことを見つけないといけないんです。どんな仕事をしようと、それはあなたの人生の大部分を占めることになります。そして満足するための唯一の方法は、あなたが素晴らしい仕事だと信じることをするということです。そして素晴らしい仕事をするための唯一の方法は、自分がする仕事を愛することです。もしそれをまだ見つけていないのでしたら、探し続けてください。妥協しないでください。Okay, that's it. All right. And now, this time I'll draw like the new thing. I'm gonna show you the textbook real quick, and I will pick up the word which we want to expand the meaning. Okay, with you, Ante. So I just like chose the word randomly, and we just expand the word and phrases of the meaning. Let's try. I'm gonna share my screen. Hold on. Okay, and right here. So these are the copy of textbook. So the highlighted words and phrases, there are I think 8 maybe. The one I would like to expand. Right, let's start from like the the 5th paragraph. My second story is about love and loss. When I turned 30, I was fired from Apple. So Ante, what does fired mean? Fire or be fired?
Sorry, I was muted. If
fire.
If your job fires you, it means they make you leave, so you stop working there.
Right. Is there any other way of saying fire or be fired? Like using lay?
Using what?
The word lay, L-A-Y.
Laid off.
Yeah, laid off or lay off, right? So
yeah.
Be laid off or lay off. That's like frequently like used, right? To fire, to lay off.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you lose your job, you might be like you are fired or you are laid off. Okay. L-A-Y, lay off. Okay. That means same as fire. Okay. And talking about fire, I kind of want to tell the slang of fire. So when I say, "Oh, that's fire," what does it mean, Ante?
It means it's really good or really cool.
It's really good or really cool. Nice thing happened. Oh, that's fire. That means, oh, that's nice. Yeah, just like yabai in Japanese, right?
Right.
Oh, that's fire. Or like I heard like this is a really, really new slang for among only teenagers. Lit. Have you ever heard of it? L-I-T, lit?
Yeah, I use that word with my friends.
Oh, really? Oh, that's lit.
Yeah.
Is it really like for teenagers or?
I think it's like my generation uses it too. So
okay.
It's teenagers in their 20s and early 30s use it.
So yeah, there's a slang, lit. Lit originally means to fire, right? To make a fire, lit, to light up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so but like there's a slang which is like oh cool, oh that's super cool, oh that's lit.
Right.
That's a slang, yeah. All right, so next one is during. I think this is the grammatical thing. During. Okay, when you use during, there's always a noun afterwards, and the same kind of use if you use while, and there's a subject and a verb. I think we already know that, all right? And I'm not gonna explain the grammar that much, so this is one of the point, and we'll go on. The third one, remarkable turn of events. I think you guys have a struggle translating this or understanding this. Remarkable turn of events. So Ante, how can we explain this using the easy words.
How can I explain this? A remarkable turn of events. So it's when something happens
Mm.
that you wouldn't expect to happen.
Mm.
So it's kind of like a surprising thing happens as a result of other things happening.
Which is remarkable, right?
Right.
A special event, like like some of like a special event or special thing happens which you didn't expect.
Right.
Yeah. All right, and the next one, the fourth one, Apple bought the other company. So buy, what? So buy means what? This is Apple gets that company, right? So there's a business word called buy out. Have you ever heard of it, Ante? Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Buy. So buy. What's the difference between buy and buy out?
I think you only hear buy out when it's talking about a big company buying a smaller company.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
for
Yeah,
example, Facebook bought out Instagram.
exactly. Yeah, yep. Facebook bought out Instagram, and also Google bought out YouTube, right? Long
Right.
time ago.
Mm.
And talking about like Apple, did you know Apple tried to buy Dropbox on 2009?
Really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
but didn't happen. Didn't happen because like Dropbox rejected. I mean, yeah, Dropbox said no.
Mm.
And for students, I want to show you another graduation commencement of from Drew Houston, who is the CEO of Dropbox. That's a really like a good commencement. Happened in MIT, I think long time ago. So I'll attach it on Classy so you can jump to the link and watch the movie. I mean the video. Have you watched the Ante?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. It's really good. Yeah, from Drew Houston, spelled Houston, but like I think it's pronounced Houston.
Mm.
Yep. So buy and buy out. All right, let's go on the next one. I really want to discuss with students. I love what I did. Okay, I love what I did. So I want you to, okay, students, I want you to think about difference between I loved what I did and I did what I loved. What do you see any difference between those two phrases? I loved what I did and I did what I loved. All right, Ante, do you see any difference?
I loved what I did.
I love what I did, or I did what I loved.
Did what I loved. I think it basically means the same thing. Yeah, but this kind of sounds like if you say I loved what I did, it sounds like he realized how much he liked it after doing it, kind of. So maybe at the time he didn't realize, he didn't know how much he loved it.
Yeah, that's true. So for me, like I'm doing my job as a teacher. So I'm doing what I love, right? And like I think I see a little difference, and I love what I do, and like I do what I love. So I love what I do is like, yeah, as you said, Ante, happens afterwards, after you get a job or after you worked on something and you start loving it. But like I do what I love more, or I did what I love means like, you're more like I made my decision and I do what I love. So my decision comes first. I think that's one of the difference. And I kind of wanted students to think about, because like in their future, they get to choose what they love, right, as a job.
Right.
I think it's very important for next, like their generation. The economy and everything will change, and they will get to choose what they love, and they'll do what they love. So I think it's very important issue to think about, right?
Right.
All right. So if you see any difference, I want you to think about it. I think it's a very important thing. All right, then let's go on to the next one. You've got to find. This is very popular word I hear, but like school usually don't teach this. You know, you have got to find. Okay, this is basically means you have to, right, Ante?
Yes,
Same
you
thing.
have to or you must.
Yeah, you must or you have to. So you've got to, you have got to. This is used a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, you've got to do. Let's say, oh, I've got to go. That means I have to go. I have got to go. I have to go. Same thing. But people say, oh, I've got to go. And got to, you sound like, how do you sound it? How do you like pronounce?
Usually, like you can say got to, but usually I
Yeah,
say gotta.
right. I gotta go, right? I gotta. So you don't say got to, say gotta.
Yeah, it's usually gotta.
Yeah, so you've gotta find what you love. Yeah, I've gotta
Exactly.
go. Yeah. All right. So this is very useful word. So I hope you guys remember this and use it. Use it. Yeah. You've gotta use it to remember, or you've gotta use it to memorize all the words and phrases. All right.
Exactly.
And the last two, okay, keep looking. This is keep ing. That means keep doing the same. I mean, looking. The looking. That means keep looking. All right. This is used a lot too. Keep looking. Right. Keep watching. Keep looking. Keep studying. Keep eating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Keep what? What
Keep
else?
dancing.
Keep dancing. Yeah. Keep dancing. Exactly. Yep. And the last one, settle. Don't settle. So when you use settle, do you use it with like a down, right? Settle down.
Right. Yeah.
But like you don't say don't settle down. You say don't settle,
Yeah. You always say don't settle.
right? But settle down means like the opposite meaning, right? Settle down.
So settle down is like kind of like calm down. Like if
Mm,
someone has too much energy, you say, oh,
right.
settle down, like calm down.
Mm,
But when you say don't settle, it means kind of like don't just keep doing what you're doing,
mm,
and it's kind of like giving up. It's like saying don't give up.
mm,
Like keep trying to find
mm,
what makes you happy. Don't
mm,
settle with something that doesn't make you happy.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't settle means I know that means like a keep looking or keep doing something, right? And
Right.
settle down means stop, calm down, settle down. Yeah, and please remember like settle down and don't settle at the same time. All right, that's it. And this is not the grammatical thing which textbook tells, but like I want you to remember this kind of words and phrases. All right. Okay, that's all from me, Ante. And now let's go on to worksheet. Okay,
Worksheet
go.
time.
All right, I will show the worksheet. Part 3. Sorry,
No, you're okay.
the wrong. Can't find it somehow. Oh, here it is. All right, all yours.
All right. So let's check your answers for part 3. So part A is choose the correct title. So for paragraph 5, the correct answer is C, loss and starting over. And for paragraph 6, the correct answer is B, do what you love. So 5 is C and 6 is B. So A, why is returning to Apple incorrect? So in paragraph 5, he does mention at the end of paragraph 5 that he returned to Apple, but if you read the whole paragraph, I think that option C is a better theme for paragraph 5. So that's why C is a better answer than A. And then D is do your best, whatever you do. So Steve Jobs doesn't say to do your best at whatever you do. He says find what you love. So not whatever you do, but do what you love. So it's a little different meaning. So that's why D is not correct. Now we'll move to part B. Answer true or false. Number 1, Steve Jobs left Apple to start an animation studio. So this is false. So Steve Jobs, he didn't leave Apple, he was fired from Apple. So there's a difference between leaving a job and being fired from a job, okay? So if you leave a job, that's something you choose to do. But if you are fired or if you get fired, you don't have a choice. Your job tells you you must leave. So he did not leave Apple, he was fired from Apple. So 1 is false. B2, Steve Jobs bought and returned to Apple 5 years after he left that company. Okay. So this is false, okay? So Steve, he did not buy Apple. This says Steve Jobs bought and returned to Apple. So he did not buy Apple, okay? He returned to Apple after they bought his other company, okay? So 2 is false. And B3, Steve Jobs advised his audience to do what they love. So this is true. B3 is true. Now let's move to part C. Part C, choose the 2 correct sentences. So which of these 5 sentences are correct? So the first correct sentence is sentence number 2. The animation studio Steve Jobs started is very successful. Okay, so you know that animation studio, that's Pixar, right? So yes, 2 is true. And the second correct sentence is sentence number 4. Steve Jobs believed you won't be truly satisfied unless you feel you are doing great work. Okay, so this is something he said. Okay, so the correct sentences are sentence number 2 and sentence number 4. So why are the other ones incorrect? So let's look at C1. C1 says leaving Apple was so devastating for Steve Jobs that he couldn't do anything for the next 5 years. So actually, this is not true. It says he couldn't do anything for the next 5 years. But actually, we read that over the next 5 years or during the next 5 years, he started 2 companies. So he did do something. He did many things after he was fired from Apple. Okay. Sentence number 3, Steve Jobs sold Apple the animation studio he started after he had left Apple. Okay. So why is this incorrect? So Steve Jobs did not sell the animation studio. He sold the other company to Apple, okay? So not the animation studio, but the other company, the second company he made. And then C5, Steve Jobs encouraged people to take up whatever comes their way and to try to love it. So this is the total opposite of what he says. So he doesn't tell you to do this. He tells you to find what you love and do that, okay? Don't just do whatever comes your way and try to love that. That would be settling. He says, don't settle. So C5 is incorrect. Now we'll do part D, choose the correct answer. So number 1, according to paragraph 5, Steve Jobs something something Apple when he was 30. So the correct answer for this is option C on the other page, had to leave. So he was fired, so he had to leave. Okay, so C is correct. And then for D2, according to paragraph 6, to do great work, you need to something something. So the answer for D2 is A, do what you love. Do what you love. Now we'll move to part E, answer in English. So question 1, how old was Steve when he was fired from Apple? So he was 30 years old. So the answer is 30 years old. Question E2. After Steve was fired from Apple, why did he decide to start over? Okay, why did he decide to start over? So the answer is Steve decided to start over because he still loved what he did. So he still loved what he did. That's why he decided to start over. He still loved what he did. Okay, E3, what did Steve do before he turned 35? So what did he do before he turned 35? Okay, the answer is he started 2 new companies. He started 2 new companies. And E4, why was Steve able to return to Apple? Why was Steve able to return to Apple? The answer is Steve was able to return to Apple because Apple bought one of his companies. Okay? Because Apple bought one of his companies. So not Pixar, but the other company. They bought that, so he was able to return to Apple. And that is the answers for part 3.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you. And yeah, that's pretty much it of lesson 3. And finally, we'll have lesson 4 next Monday. And it's a small thing I noticed, like when we were doing the chorus reading, I mean the slash reading. So when Ante read aloud, I kind of noticed about the the. Usually we teach students that when we like pronounce the in front of the vowel, it has to be like a the, right? The sound, the pronunciation, like a the apple, right?
The apple. I think there's not really a strict rule, honestly, but yeah.
Yeah, this is what exactly I want like students to listen, right? So the native speaker Ante said there's not a strict rule, but like in Japan, they must like use the in front of the vowel, but like actually it is not true. I mean, it's true, but like language changes a lot, and even though before what this is the textbook, right? Textbook, you can say, oh, this is the textbook. You say that, oh, this is the textbook. But like a textbook, T is not a vowel. But like people say, "Oh, this is the textbook." We use that. But like, what kind of situation do you use the in front of textbook or whatever?
I usually use the when I'm trying to stress the thing that I'm talking about. So like, I don't know. So if I'm talking about you, I'd say, oh, Onozawa Sensei is the best teacher in the world.
Yay.
I'm really stressing like you, the best teacher.
Or like, yeah, no, oh, I'm looking for my textbook. Oh, where's my textbook? Oh, this is the textbook I was looking for.
Right.
Okay, so even though it's not in, like right before the vowel, you use the, and even though it's in from the vowel, you can sometimes say the. It's not a big deal, actually.
Right.
But in junior high, you know, you get crossed out if you use like a no the in front of like a vowel. But it's not a big deal. This is real life.
Yeah.
I want you to know that. Okay. And our online lesson, we teach real English. That's the concept. Okay. All right. That's all for today. Thank you very much, and see you guys next Monday. See
Have a good
you.
weekend.
Yeah. All right. Bye bye.